Poof. Hello, hello, hello. Ladies and gentlemen. Poof. Here we are. Another day. Another session of Feeding Addiction featuring cardboard cards. So what are we opening today? Today we are opening just a simple single booster box from Grand Archives Phantom Monarchs. Hello camera, you can do it. Here we go. Phantom Monarchs. That's what we're opening today. I'm a bit late because this set came out 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, it's Friday, right? Yeah, it came out the 5th, 2 weeks ago. And normally, because there's no local store near me that sells it, so I can't get it, you know, the weekend of, I order it online. It usually arrives, you know, along the next week, because, you know, for whatever reason, I don't know why more stores don't do this, but if something is to be released on a certain date, why don't they ship it like a day or two early? You know, like, just, you know, like, if you know shipping is gonna take at least 2 to 3 days, just send it 3 days early, and then it'll arrive on launch date, and then everyone's happy. But I guess they cannot do that, so they send it the 5th. It arrives somewhere along the next week normally, so I should have had it last week. However, their shipment got delayed or something, so they send it out last week Friday, so I only received it yesterday. Therefore, we're opening it today. But it is the new set. Very exciting. We're still in the sort of Alice in Wonderland type team with this game right now. Man, I'm excited. It's a bit of a weird situation, you know, with the set. For those who don't know, which I'm gonna assume is everyone who's watching right now, because so these are the cards from the set, right? A lot of cards, good shit. However, with every set, there's one like this. This is called a Divine Relic. There's usually one. Yeah, I think every set has had one. This is like a card. You can only bring one Divine Relic in a deck. So these are kind of like coveted. They're also ultra rare, which means there's only one ultra rare in an entire box. So chances of getting one are fairly slim. On top of that, I mean, you can actually see this. They have the numbers. This is the population, so how many there are. And if you compare that to, let's say, another ultra rare, like this one, you can see there's a lot more of these. Foil is the same, seemingly, yeah. But there's a lot more normal ones. So the chances of pulling one of these, even if, you know, even if it's the one ultra rare, amongst ultra rares, this one's more rare, to put it that way. This is the normal number. However, apparently with this set, something went wrong at the printers and it got short printed even more. So this card, and it's a really useful card as well, from what I understand. So it's very coveted, very rare at this point. So of course, you know, that's the one we want, right? That's what we want, baby. Now, it's one of those cards where it's going to be useful in a lot of decks. It's going to be useful in a lot of decks in the future. It's like a more generic usable card, I feel like. So that's always, you know, you always want those. Other things we're looking for, anything autographed like this, those are extremely rare. I've never had one nor seen one in real life. So I I mean, I guess I've seen one, right? But I don't have one. Those are really rare. We're probably not going to see them. Would be really cool if we do. Other things that I would love to see. This Merlin, really cool one. I like it. Any of these really. Those are also really rare. The stained glass variants of cards. Love to see those. And of less rare cards, I definitely want to see this one. Alice Whim's Monarch. It's a champion. That's what you build your deck around. It's like a commander in Magic, if you know Magic the Gathering. And this is for a deck I want to build, so I specifically want this one. The other Alice and this Alice, very cool. I wouldn't say no, but if I had to choose, I want this one because that's a deck I want to build. I don't know if there's anything else specifically I'm like super chasing. I don't really think so. Kind of anything that goes with her team. Her team is around chessmen type card. Chessmen, like, you know, a lot of chess terminology. So I guess anything for a chessman deck, if you will. You know, like this guy. These are the kind of cards we want to see. So yeah. Yeah, let's get in it. Let's hope for something big. Also, new and improved is the stream. As in, the previous times I've done this, I used a webcam. The quality was kind of bad for this here, right? Then last time I used my phone, which was better, but I found that still just getting the image like live streamed from your phone to your PC in high quality, whatever. Free apps were kind of like hard to find, and if they were free, they didn't have like high bit rate or low quality or yada yada yada, and I couldn't be fucked to like buy one at that point because I knew, and that's what we have today, I knew I have a a camera. I have a real camera lying around. It's an older one, so it's not like your 4K whatnot, but it's with like a proper lens, a real thing, so it should be, especially for text, a lot more clear. Of course, I don't know how it's gonna look on stream. On my local preview thing, it looks good. Maybe on stream it won't really translate that well, and I did a lot of effort for nothing. Who knows? I guess the biggest advantage is I can just grab it here and do one of these, right? Which might be useful for zooming in on cards, which it's probably what I'm gonna do when I'm actually like doing the boosters. I might just have it zoom in, and then I don't have to like hold the cards close to the camera or anything. So yeah, let's get in there, shall we? Let's cut this bad boy open. Is there actually... There we go. Let's get in. Get that ASMR going. Damn, it's bad ASMR. Because it's... Oh. Why is it so tight? There it is. Shoop. Now, with this game, I think I've mentioned it at some point, but, you know, again, I'm not, you know, I know most of you are not into this, so you're not going to remember. this game works with the releases. They have a main set, which is like a bigger one, and then they do an expansion set to that set. So that's why these booster boxes are a little bit smaller, contains less cards per pack, because it's a smaller set. You know, there's less cards in the set. So that's why. Anyway, I'm gonna move this to the side, off camera, so I can cheat and bring out expensive cards. No. Boom. Let's get into it. First one. I'll probably go slow a little bit at first, and we'll speed up gradually, because in the beginning I want to see all the cards. It is a new set after all, and I do want to play with the cards as opposed to just collecting. So yeah. Okay, I suppose we do this. Can I make it a little brighter? Which is better, this or this? This feels better. I don't know, doesn't matter. Anyway, we're starting off token. I think I have, so there is another product that came out. It's a deck. This one. It's like a pre-made deck, and this token belongs to that one. But I'm pretty sure it's already included. Hold on. I want to double check just in case. Yeah, we got birds. We already got birds. No need to get excited over a bird. How should I do it? Like this? I am gonna try and sort a little bit. Alright, Golden Knight. Chessman, look at that. Starting off with a simple chessman. But it's the deck I want to build. Fast Cure, this is a reprint of a very much used card that even in the original set it was a common, and single price went up to like 1 to 2 euros per, which is a lot for a common card. So good reprint, love to see it. Drifting Abyss Hell or Abyss Shell? I guess Shell because he's a turtle. He's a turtle. Why? I don't know. Man, isn't this a lot better? This is so much more clear to actually see the cards. I'm so happy with the setup. Oh my lord. Alright. Windfall check. Banish Streaker. Woo! Anti-graveyard stuff. You'll love to see it. Aetherwing. Oh, so these are uncommons. Aetherwing's Ward. So Aetherwing is like Diana's thing. This girl, Diana. She's an archer. I mean, I guess she uses guns as well. Could read the small print on the cards now. Yeah, you can see the artist. I guess I can hold it even closer. You can even see the illustrator, Dragonard. Yeah, much better. Spell Shroud. Love to see it. It's very easy to get your weapons destroyed, so it's good to protect them a little bit. Omens. I'm not much of a CL player, which is this champion. He's like a guardian that uses a whole omen mechanic. Cool mechanic. I haven't really delved into him yet. And our first is Alice. Not the one I want, but it's still a good pull. Because eventually I want to build this deck as well. So in this set, the whole idea is there's like the Alice in Wonderland thing, but there's like the original world and like a mirror, you know, counterpart world. And so there's two Alice champions you can get. One is like the chessman variant, which is like the good Alice, the normal one, I guess. And this is the distorted queen, which is like her evil counterpart, which has a whole thing with haunting, graveyard shenanigans. This one's sick. Love to see it. That's a great start. That's a good one. All right. Infinite. What's that word? Infinite scintillation? Sheen counters. This is Merlin stuff. You know what I like about the new Merlin? A lot of her abilities and stuff is like, you know, making like these crystal birds and stuff. And it's really reminiscent of a class in Guild Wars, the Mesmer, which I love. And it's really cool to see that like kind of represented in a card game. So I'm excited by that. Thieving Cut reprint, good shit. Siege Mauler, attacking a domain and gets +2. All right, domain killer. I don't know how much domains is like a really not much used archetype. So it's kind of weird they make an anti-domain card, but I guess maybe they're expecting it to be bigger. Who knows? Mistral Ranger. Sick art, you know what I mean? It's giving Atelier Ryza. I don't know why I'm saying that. I will say though, one thing that I really love about this game, in like the sea of trading card games, is I love just the layout of a card. It's like really clear. It reminds me a lot of, you know, you guessed it, Magic the Gathering, right? It's very reminiscent of it. I know there's a lot of new card games that have like a lot more extravagant designs and stuff, but I like how this is like extremely clear. The numbers are like low, you don't have like 5,000 attack and stuff, but it's still like proper anime art, you know, real artists, all that good shit, no AI. So I really appreciate that about this game. It's like really hitting, you know, if you like things like Magic the Gathering, the gameplay side of it, but you do like anime art, this game is like right up my alley, and right up your alley if you like that. Flickering Afterglow, Assassin. Smoke Bombs. I didn't know this was in here. That's a reprint, a good one too. Very useful card. Soul Trace Tessellation. She encounters. Okay. We have Recursive Confident as a rare. Huh? May activate target warrior attack. Oh, it's for warriors. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's like one of those rares that's gonna fly under the radar, but it's gonna be like in specific decks. Something you run 4 copies of, for sure. But I really hope, other than just, you know, this game becoming more popular, but it is, the good thing about this game is it is growing to the point where it kind of is growing too fast, you know, going back to the talk about those rare cards with short prints and whatever, like there's honestly just not enough of those cards for the players, you know. If there's like 3,000 of those cards out there, and it means in all product, not everything's sold yet. And I think on their like they have like a website where you can log in and have your like your ranking and your points whenever you play the game in like any official setting. And I believe there's already like 40,000, 50,000. Like already a lot of players. And that's only in official capacity. Who knows how many players are just buying this anyway without really playing it, or just playing on your kitchen table. So yeah, it's a luxury problem to have, growing too fast, but it is an issue because, you know, if you can't keep up with printing and whatnot, people are gonna stop playing. But for now, it's in a good place. What I really want, for me specifically, is that like a local game store near me picks it up starts playing, doing like store championships and stuff. That's what I want. Anyway, common. For peace, we have Morning Veilbound Spectre, which is the other Alice. Has like a haunting mechanic stuff and works with like a lot of the Spectre type cards. So that are these ones. Scary Spectre. Ooh, very scary. Polishing Flourish. Remove all Sheen counters. Anti-Merlin. Bringing a charge. My deck using these, the Aether Charge things, is water. I kind of want to try fire. I generally like fire more, like a little more aggressive playstyles. Drown in Sorrows, Haunt counters, Alice bones. Yup, that's Alice stuff, alright. Freezing Gambit, uncommon. Sacrifice a Chessman, that's what I want. Do I want it in blue though? Probably want fire if that's even possible. Negate, that's a counter spell. Nullifying Lantern, also a reprint, really useful and beautiful card. Beautiful art on it too. And Righteous Retribution, Guardian. Alright, cool. I think that's a too interesting card. You never know though. That's the thing about trading card games. There's always like cards that are like very unassuming, but then turns out it's gonna be like a key card in some kind of tournament deck, and all of a sudden the value skyrockets. Even though, as much as I enjoy pulling a card that's like worth a lot of money, I generally don't sell cards. If I pull like one of those autographed ones and it's like a really, you know, highly desired one, and you can get rid of it for like 500 plus, I probably would. That's a lot of money. Oh shit, anime titties. Seagull work. This is what we're doing today, alright? Alice in Wonderland. There are no titties in sight. Alright? Calling the police. I mean, we have ties. We have ties, if that's more to your liking. Anyway, Astral Shard token. The Golden Rook. Hey yo, are these pre-watch Seagull? Did he know titties were inbound? Legit thought about getting into this game. Then I saw competitive deck was 300. I feel like depending on the deck, that might be on the low end. This game has a little bit of a problem of getting into it right now. We were just talking about how this game is growing too fast, and a lot of the rare cards are like printed in amounts that really does not reflect the current player base anymore. So I hope with future sets they kind of like, you know, increase the amounts, but it's rough right now. Then again, you could just like not play competitive and just play for fun. It's also a pretty proxy friendly game. If you just want to play at your kitchen table, just print it. Like literally their index, we just had it pulled up. Their I guess their gatherer, if you were comparing to Magic. Let me pull it up. It's what I love about this game. Or it's one of the things I love about this game. In their official tool to look at all the cards, you can just open a card, add to the plus sign here, and then go to print and play, and you can just do it. Just print it. Like you can just build entire decks here. If you just want to try it out and you don't want to invest any money in it, or you don't want to play tournaments, it's so good. So good. Stained glass are sick. Yeah, but they're really rare. If I pull one of those, that's a multi-$100 card at this point. I think this one, I actually don't know. What they're going for these days, because the set is really new, so the prices are still kind of like settling. More products, damn. Sort by price high to low. They're probably up here somewhere. Yeah, we're looking at the 200 range. I think it depends on which character it is. Like Luxem, Astra, those are really popular. Terra, less popular. Umbra is very popular. It's weird that that one's seemingly a bit... Cheap is a weird word to use, right? It's, Does it have the wrong country again? Yeah. Not many are shipping to Belgium. Just want to check prices. Yeah, these are rare and expensive. So those are great pulls. Though I mean, this is like a lot of money, but like they're beautiful. Would I get rid of it? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, fast cure, love to see it. Damn. Already 2. We're not very deep in the boosters yet. Drown in Sorrow, we've seen that one before. Cruxite, ooh, foil Cruxite, you love to see it. Foils are pretty uncommon in this game as well. I think there's like one, does it say on the box? The odds are not on here. I mean, I guess there's this thing, but I don't even know what the 105 foil, what that really means. I think off the top of my head, I think foils is like 1 in 8 packs. There's one foil. So, and Cruxite is a heavily used card with cool new art. So this is a really, this one's going in a deck. I already know. Love it. Would be hard for me to sell personally unless with someone I didn't like. Yeah, if you're not gonna use it at all and you don't like the art, if it's like the one you don't like or something, maybe. I would much rather, if I had a local scene for this game, I'd try to trade it for one that I do like. Surveil the Winds. Cool. I think that's in reprint as well. I'm not sure. Sacrifice make Chessman. That's what I want. I want a Chessman deck. Sacrifice. Sure. And then rare. Cleric reaction spell. Ooh. This is a one turn. What's it called in Magic? Propaganda. Ghostly Prison. Those types. Need to pay mana to attack. Always good. I got into Gundam the first set. I ended up making all my money back, sold off everything when the second set came out. Not sure how Gundam is. You got into it and you're like, this game is so cool, and then like after a while you're like, I'm just gonna get rid of everything. I mean, that's valid. That's valid. I think you pressured me in a way talking about Gundam. I think I picked up like 2 starter decks. Nothing else, just literally just 2 like the starter decks. So I have those lying around. I haven't played it yet. It got boring real quick and the second set wasn't very promising, so I dipped. Yeah, it's, you know, card games are weird when it comes to that. Also, The one thing for Gundam that I was like, I don't know, is that it is one of those Bandai Namco games. They tend to churn through their games quite fast. They have like 2 or 3 Dragon Ball TCGs at this point. Token. We've seen this one. We've seen this one. We've seen TIE Ranger. Another token. Damn, that's it. Wait, it's a foil token? Yo, that's actually sick. Yo, that's actually sick. Oh my god. It doesn't... Oh my god. Is this like a special type of foiling? Ooh, spoilers. What was that other foil? Was that also like that? No, this one was just normal foiling. This one's a little different. It's like I don't think it really picks up on camera that well, but it's like crystal. It has like little crystal foliage instead of just general shiny. I mean, I guess it picks up a little bit. In real life, it's like it's not textured, but it's like, I mean, and that's what it is. It is a crystal summoned bird. Yo, that is actually sick. I love that. And it's a fucking token. That's actually sick. Oh. Oh my god. I thought that was the hit. I thought that was the hit. I was already opening a new pack. Oh my god. Ugh. Alright, let's continue. Cleansing Reunion. Butler carrying the girl. Real absorption, regalia. All right, that's cool. And the orbiting cosmos. That is a cool artifact. That's actually probably useful in a deck I have. Glimpse +1. That's actually a sick ass card. I love it. Usable card. I generally, for games, I tend to not open booster boxes. Like for example, for Magic, I don't really buy booster boxes because just the way that I play Magic at this point is very much, I have a huge collection from playing like over 20 years. And there's very little in new sets that's like, oh, I need the commons, the uncommons, all that stuff. So I usually just either buy the singles I need, or I buy like the bundle, like the little box with like 10 boosters or whatever it is that's in it. And I usually, if it's a set I don't really care that much about, I'll get the little box, and you know, if I get a good pull, that's sick. But generally I don't really go too hard on it. With this game, there's still like a lot of common and uncommons that are like actually useful for a lot of decks, especially if you're not like hyper focused on competitive. Though even in competitive, there's cards that, even commons, that are, well, commonly used. So, you know, I feel like it's still worth it to buy a box. I'm not buying like multiple boxes all the time. That's like, I'm not made of that kind of money. But I try to buy like 1 box per set right now. Also, the release schedule not as crazy as like Magic and stuff, so like I can afford 1 box every 4 or 5 months, you know. I can do that. Anyway, another token. Now a lot of tokens in this set, huh? Grave Gâteau. That's a cake. Gâteau, French cake. It doesn't look tasty though. I guess that's the grave part. Ooh, she looks neat. Look at this art though, man. Hey yo, look at this art. Man, this getting a real camera for this shit was actually the move. And I've had this camera for years. Why didn't I put in the effort? This is so much better to do this. Oh my god. Cool art. Very cool art. For Pokemon, I typically get an ETB and the box, and occasionally pack when they're available, and I feel like gambling. Yeah, if you like pass the local game store, you just, you know, buy a pack or 2 when you're leaving or arrive, whatever. Man, Pokemon. I've not played Pokemon in so long. nor have I bought or collected any Pokemon in a long time. And Pokemon's a weird market. I feel like everything other than like the super hits are dirt cheap. So it's like really weird. And there's like crazy scalping in Pokemon as well for specific products. Anyway, Rosewinged Hollow. Uncommons, yes. Six of Spades. Ooh, that's also a deck archetype with like the suited, I guess it's called, you know. So it might be cool. Lose a stealth +2. Okay, interesting. Double Pawns. That's shocking. I looked up a deck for Grand Archive. The best Pokemon deck is like 20 bucks. I do think whenever you look up tournament decks, you're gonna find that a lot of the prize is like centered in like a couple of cards. You know, there's like usually your Divine Relic is what it's called. It's like an artifact you can only have one of in your deck. Those usually are pretty expensive. And then usually like there's like one or two ally that you're running that can be very expensive. Other than that, it's usually pretty easy to get into. Especially they have these decks. This came out with this set as well. Hello. The camera's dead. What the fuck? Why is my camera not doing anything? And the music's gone too? What the hell? Man, what the fuck? Camera, hello? Is it the capture card or the camera? The camera is still... Hold on. What the hell? Deactivate? Activate? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, hold on. What if I disconnect here? Oh God, that's in stock. Oh shit. Man, technical difficulties, huh? No, I think the capture card is busted. What the fuck? Typically with capture cards, if I disconnect it and reconnect it, I have to restart the streaming software as well. That's annoying. I mean, it's not doing anything, might as well try it. No, that's the wrong one. That's a video game. Wah. It's over, boys. We're done. I kind of hate that about OBS, about the streaming software. When you connect a USB device, it won't update any of its device lists. Like, it's not in my device list because it wasn't connected when I booted up the software. I wish there was like a button to just like look for devices, I guess. Very annoying. There's like no way to do it. 'Cause I really don't want to Stop stream, reconnect stream. That's such a... That's a headache. Let's see if I can do a quick Google. Oh yes, refresh. Device list. Okay, interesting. There might be a way. Hold on. But I don't have the option. What the hell? Capture card device? That doesn't even exist. Okay, hold on. Properties. Nope, it's not there. So fucked. Okay, I'm gonna try reconnect it one more time. And let's wait a little bit until I hear the boop, 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 boop. No, boom, 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 boom. Come on, Windows. Oh, there it is. Man, that takes so long. What the hell? And it's still not showing up. Cool. Okay, there might be a workaround to not... Hold on. There might be a workaround. If I plug in the camera instead of in its own capture device, if I plug it in to my capture card that I use for my PlayStation, it might actually work. Let's give that a try. Fuck. Hold on. Damn. Just when I was doing a glaze session. Oh wait, hold on. The camera turned off. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Damn, now everything's broken. Why does that not work though? Why does my normal capture card doesn't work either? That is weird. Did my computer just break? Streaming is fun, kids. Alright, I guess I'll Is there like a way? I know there's a way to reboot your stream where it like picks up where you left off. How does that work? Do you just quickly shut down and whatever. I'll be back in a jiffy. All right, I'm just gonna stop streaming, reboot the streaming software, start streaming again, and hopefully it still works. Weird. Wait, maybe it works now. Hold on. Hold on. I can't believe they've not made... Like, this is such an annoyance that has been in this software since the beginning. Like, if you connect any USB device after it's booted up, it will not see it. And that is so dumb. Maybe in settings? I don't know. Now I'm just fucking... Nah, alright, give me a sec, I'll be right back, I guess. Bye.